guys. Hey, I'm pretty excited today because I get to work on the solar charging system on my RV. Now I'm going to be installing a couple of new flexible solar panels that I picked up and adding them to my existing solar array. And I've also picked up a remote monitor for my solar charge controller that I'm going to be installing inside the RV here. So both of those things hope to get done, and I'm going to need a few things first, so it's off to the store. So great, it's starting to rain, so I guess I'll be doing this under the awning. I don't know about the solar panels, may have to wait till later. Okay, now I want to install this remote monitor, and I want to put it right about here. So obviously you can see that the fire extinguisher is in the way, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move the fire extinguisher. I still want it accessible, so I think I'm just going to move it to right over here. Alright, I'm going to remove this panel right here, so that should show that's where my water heater is and all that, and my vent. So I just have this cover to keep it from freezing, and this is where we're going to run the cable underneath the coach. So just want to make sure what I'm doing here is got a nice clear area to poke a hole and put in the box. You can see where the back of the control panel for my inverter is right there, and the cable runs through a hole that I made. So I am going to mount the remote for the charge controller right next to it, so right here. That's where it's gonna go. Now, using the electrical box itself, I simply just traced around it to mark the location of where I was going to cut the hole. I used blue painter's tape to cover the area where I was going to make the cuts, so I got a nice clean cut. Then I simply use my Dremel with the cutting bit to make the cut. I finished the cutout with a utility knife, and voila! I got a hole for my box. Now, before mounting the panel, I noticed that the circuit board inside the monitor itself was a little bit too big for the opening in the box. So once again, using my Dremel tool, I just simply cut a little bit away from the edges of the box to make the hole a little bit bigger. And it fit just fine. I then secured the box in the hole and fed in one end of the cable. And then simply attach the panel with some screws. All that was left to do was to poke a hole through the floor, yeah, I know, and run the cable to the other side of the RV where the charge controller was.
Now whenever I run wires or any other kind of cable underneath the coach, I like to use plastic wire guard to keep it shielded from the heat and moisture and everything else, yeah, like those rodents. Now as soon as it was plugged in, the control panel just powered right up and it was off and running. Now I can monitor and control all my charge controller functions from inside the RV. It's pretty sweet. Now of course right now there's no charging going on due to the rain. Alright, well that remote monitor install went pretty smooth. Pretty much like I thought it would. It's always good when there's no surprises. So it was pretty much figuring out where to mount it and running the cable and all that stuff. But yeah, so now it's time to move on to the solar panel install. Unfortunately, it never really let up on the rain, so you know I'm under awning now, and so I was able to get this part done. But I'm gonna hold out for a little bit and get to the solar panel stuff when weather clears up. Picked the wrong day to install solar panels.